Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and we're back with the same pattern. This was pattern 27, but I wanted to try it over because I noticed that one of the yellow lines went right down to the center of the bracelet, and it gave me this idea that I could actually do something really different. And what do you know? It worked. It turned out to be incredibly different. So like the bracelet from early in the week, Monday, I guess. It was last month, technically. But anyways, that bracelet, I just kind of followed the pattern, let it just go as it was as a pattern. But this time I tried to re-envision it where it would mirror in the middle. And because I kind of felt like it's an orange background with a yellow mesh, and then the brown is like the shadow from light coming off of that yellow mesh. I thought it would be interesting to kind of switch it around so that way it's as if the light was coming from in the center of the bracelet. And so like when it flips, it makes the shadow like kind of like as if it's coming from the center. And I wasn't really sure how that was going to turn out, like, because I know for if it like was a real 3D thing, there would have to be like this really big bend to get the shadows to be all kind of the same. But I kind of thought maybe the effect would work, and I really do think the effect works pretty cool. Like, wait till the big reveal at the end and tell me what you think, because I keep pushing the bracelet up on the clip because you don't want to work too far away from the clip. Things can get kind of messy that way. It's not, you can see the way I kind of tried to do the knots. It doesn't segment knot really well, but I was like doing the bigger rows and then having one long row where like here where the yellow comes down and it's going, you know, to the right. Those are like the easier knots for me. And so like I would set myself up for these big rows that go a little bit faster. It didn't necessarily make the bracelet go really any faster. It still took about an hour to make this one. And for people who are like, oh, I can't sit for a whole hour, I didn't. I worked for about a half an hour, and then I had my dinner, and I came back and put in another half hour, and yeah, it was done. And the funny thing is also that I'm never quite to the halfway point in that first 30 minutes. And somehow the second 30 minutes, it just comes out faster and I'm already at the end of it. So yeah, I have this like this little timer that gives me the 30-minute marks. So that way I break up the videos because I do my video editing online. So if it gets much longer than 30 minutes, it just takes too long to upload it. And it just saves me a lot of headaches. So yeah, 2 30-minute videos put together to make this. My one kind of big concern was like going too far either from the beginning of it or the end of it. That was my only really concern was to bypass where I was supposed to get to. So yeah, but that worked out okay. Like I counted a few times and just double checked my work and make sure that like I was on point. And yeah, it turned out okay. It's surprisingly easy bracelet. This is only slightly harder than the other one. The other one I definitely said was easy, beginner friendly. This one, because of the diamond in the center, takes a little bit more. I still suspect it's fairly beginner friendly. You just have to know how to do a knot that goes to the right and then left, or to left and then right, just so you can get that diamond in the middle. But yeah, once we got that in, it goes back to just being real easy. Like, so it's literally just one little space, like right in here, where you have to change directions, and it's not difficult. The bracelet itself didn't try to get wonky or anything. Well, that could be just from experience. Maybe if you're new to it, you might struggle a little bit in this area to keep the tension nice and even, but I didn't have any trouble with it. Oh, because it's the middle. I was going to forget. Thanks to my YouTube members for making my stream possible. I love educating you guys about bracelets and making patterns and trying new things. And if you didn't know, it's their support that helps keep this channel going and keeps me with string, keeps me with the stuff to keep this going. So thank you guys so much for that. Yeah, so string wise, the yellows get used an awful lot more. Do not skimp on the yellows. The orange, obviously second most used, but not that bad. And then the brown. Still, I cut my string in thirds, from a third of a skein, and double them up to make enough strands to have a cool kumi loop at the top of it. So between all of that, it just makes it so that way I know that my strings are going to be long enough. I can have nice long tassels. The whole thing works out really cool. Yeah, it's going into this, like when I first made this pattern, it was just about the fact that the strings aren't the same number on the sides. In fact, this one, they weren't either. I had like a couple orange to go to the right. And I think it was the yellow and brown to the left-hand side. So it was a little bit even more strings that had to get like kind of separated out and switched around. So yeah, I probably should have done the photograph of that as well this time, but I thought I kind of covered it last time. If you're curious about it, check out the I don't know what the title of the video is yet. But yeah, the last video of last month. So like Tuesdays. Yeah, check out that one covers how the strings got interchanged to make it happen. Yeah, I usually get help with video titles. All my titles when I first start out are really, really simple. It's like make pattern number and then whatever that number was, or the next one after that, it says just make. It doesn't even say which the pattern number or anything. It's 27 pattern make, and then 27 again but different, and then make. So that's how they start. And at some point I have to come up with catchy titles that get people's attention, and I don't know what got you here, but hopefully it was a good one and you weren't disappointed. Yeah, the pattern repeats itself a bunch, so it's really hard to tell. I can't like look up at this and be like, oh, see, we're getting near the end, because I can't tell which row we're actually on. But yeah, so like the dark brown was at the bottom of the diamond at the top, and now it's at the top now that we're at the bottom of the bracelet. So I thought that was a really cool thing. Like when we flipped it, it changed the direction of those shadows, and I thought that's pretty neat. Like that's gonna give it a look. And yeah, if you kind of look at it, it does look like shadows. I really think that's what they were trying to do. Oh yeah, okay, so the two oranges got left off. So yeah, we're coming up to the end of the whole thing now. Like that's the one dead giveaway, is when the strings start to fall off at the end. So cool, you made it through the video. Thank you for that. That helps out a lot. If you haven't already hit the like button, that would even help even more. You can always leave comments and tell me what you think, or share a picture of the viewers over on Discord. And yeah, as always, guys, don't get your strings in a bunch.